Hey, I'm Janie, and I'm back again to do a little bit of teaching. It's been a little difficult, but my husband passed on the 11th, but I can't let it stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And this is the last time I will mention that, but I want to teach for the Lord. I want to teach the right stuff for the Lord. But one thing I wanted to talk about today was understanding the rapture. Now, there's a whole lot of people that are confused about the rapture, and it doesn't make any difference if you're pre-tribulation, post-tribulation, mid-tribulation. It's not worth arguing over. It has nothing to do with our salvation as Christians. So please don't let that be something that you argue over. Me, myself, I believe in pre-tribulation, but I also think that there's a possibility it may be mid-tribulation, and if it is, it's just giving people a second chance to turn their mind around and come back to God. But in understanding the rapture, we call it the blessed hope. Just going to heaven is just such a wonderful thought. My husband is there. I long to be there with him where I can help him. But at the same time, I want to help as many people as I can to get there. So, one thing I want to talk to you about as far as the rapture goes is the Jewish wedding. If you understand anything about the Jewish wedding, it will help you to understand the rapture a little bit better. Back in the ancient days, when a man saw a woman and he wanted a woman, and it was agreed with both parties that with the parents that he could have the woman, he had to pay a price for the woman. Okay, and then after that, the bride was set apart. Therefore, no other man could speak for her. Okay, then after that happened, the bridegroom would depart to his father's house. And then the next event that would take place is a surprise gathering when he would come to get this woman for his wife, or this lady for his wife. And then they would have what they call the hoopah, which was the marriage. And then after that, they would have the marriage supper. So I wanted to tell you this because I believe this will help you understand the rapture a little bit better. Um, First of all, when the man comes and picks out his wife, he has to pay for that wife, whether it be with land or whether it be with flock or however, he had to pay for his wife. Well, that's what Jesus Christ did when he died on the cross. He died on the cross as the price for us because we were going to go to hell otherwise. And it was because we weren't saved. We didn't know about, we didn't know about being saved and salvation, and we were born into sin, so we were already sort of like Satan's. If we didn't get saved, we go where he goes. So we get saved to keep us from going with him, so that he doesn't collect our soul when we die. So what the Father does is he pays for, like I said, the bride. Okay, when Jesus Christ died on the cross, Jesus talks about us being his bride and him coming for his bride. Okay, so when he paid for his bride, he died on the cross to save us. That's how he paid for his bride. Then his bride is set apart from the other people. We are marked in some way by God, and we are his. And so we are set apart. Then what he does and what Jesus done is, what did he say? I'm going to my Father's house to prepare a place for you. And where I go to prepare a place, there I will bring you also. So it's the same thing as the Jewish wedding. The man goes back to his father's house after he purchases his woman, and he makes a place for him and his wife to live at his father's place. So that's what Jesus Christ is going to do when he said, I'm going to leave you the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, and I'm going to prepare a place for you. Okay, the next event comes as a surprise gathering. And this is when the groom will come to pick up his bride. And that is what we call the rapture with Jesus Christ. We're waiting on the rapture for him to come for his bride. Now, of course, back in the day when they really met, a man married a woman, he'd come as a surprise and get his woman and take it back after he had prepared a place. Okay, then what would happen, they call the hoopah, which is the marriage. They would have the marriage, and then they would have a marriage feast. And so that's what God is going to do. He's going to come and pick up his bride, which he's gone to prepare a place for. He's going to take us up for the wedding. We are his children. We are his wife. We are a lot to him. And then there will be the marriage supper of the Lamb, which will be either during 7 years of tribulation or during the last 3.5 years of tribulation. So I want you to understand that whether it is pre-tribulation or mid-tribulation, I do believe Jesus is going to rapture us and take us. The reason I don't believe in post-tribulation is because I don't believe it would be imminent if it was post-tribulation. And I also do not believe God is going to beat up his bride before he picks her up to go to heaven with him. And all of his children are his bride. So I do not believe he will beat us up during his wrath. God also says in the Bible that we are not appointed to wrath. So the last 3.5 years are his wrath upon the earth. And that time period is to bring the Jews back to him. It is not for any other reason. So I don't believe we'll be here during that time. That just takes out the imminency, and it also takes out, it doesn't take out, but it makes us, we're going to be beat up, murdered, and everything else. Why would he want to take his bride after somebody's done that? To me, that would not be the case. So I want you to understand that Jesus is coming back for his children. Don't think he delays, because he doesn't. God knows when it's best, and he is coming, and I do believe with all my heart and soul that it's soon. I cannot name the day, I cannot name the hour, but he is coming back. And I want you to believe that and understand that. And it's a lot like the ancient Jewish wedding. And I hope I've explained that to you today. I hope it helps you in some way. And if it does, please let me know. And if I didn't help you understand, let me know that too. I can take criticism and I can take compliments. I just want to see people go to heaven and not take them to hell. And he will take you to hell if you don't belong to Jesus. Jesus is the only way. The only way. Don't let anybody tell you there's any other name under heaven other than Jesus Christ, except for his Hebrew name, that you can get to heaven by. So please don't be fooled by that. And I thank you for listening, and I hope you have a blessed evening.